I have to ask you forgiveness because I will tell you something about my life. But it's for the sole reason that my ideas and my life are one thing. It's impossible that I can talk about my ideas without telling about me. I started my career almost 1 century ago in multinationals, in great organizations, because that was my dream. I studied economics, business, because I wanted to work in great organizations, travel, and have teams, international teams, to work with. My description of the world was simple and clear. Work hard, study, try to make it, and find a good job, and raise a family, try to be as happy as possible. Very simple. The parable of life was so described to me by family, environment, and of course by school. That's where they described life to me, as for probably most of you. And I followed this scheme, this mental scheme, and I have to say that something happened. When I was 29, I lost my wife. She was much younger than me, and I lost her, and I was left with 2 children, very young. That's changed my vision of the world, and my description, the ordinary description of the world, fell in pieces. And I found myself posing some questions and probing myself and trying to find out why I made these choices, why I married so young, why I had 2 children, why I had that job. I asked myself to know what was motivating my life. And what I discovered, you want to know? You want to know what I discovered? What is it? What drove my life? What was the engine of my life? How did I make my decision? All my decisions, even choosing my wife. What was the real drive? Fear. I realized that we do everything by fear. We go to work, we choose a partner, we choose a job. If you go deep and you are sincere, deep in yourself, you will find that motivation is fear. Then I also realized that fear is a ghost, does not exist. Try to answer this little koan. Fear knocked the door. Courage went to open. Nobody was there. We remember it. We'll discuss it maybe afterwards. I will stay a little bit around. Then, considering that fear was running as a drug in the bloodstream of humanity, and not only in my life, I thought that there are people who have overcome fear. There are people who have overcome time. They are not blackmailed by short-term objectives. They don't live by day from hand to mouth. There are people who have a sense of infinity. They put a fragment of eternity in what they do. Who are they? I started asking myself, where are these people? Who is preparing them? Because I realized that we own them everything we are, everything we have. They are the benefactors of humanity. Behind anything good, beautiful, interesting, rich, there is always one man. There is one of these men. I realized that without this man we cannot make it. And unfortunately, they become less and less.